think you should.
What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Substratum, so shout out to James Brooks. If you guys would like to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on post notifications, and leave a comment below telling me what your top altcoin is. Otherwise, let's jump into this episode today. We're just going to refresh the cryptocurrency market cap. We do have a lot to talk about today. I know a lot of stuff has happened, and obviously you guys have seen the dip, and I don't want you guys to be alarmed. Yes, the cryptocurrency market cap is now less than $400 billion, which is interesting. We now see it at $383 billion. That was correct the first time. So we were over $400 billion yesterday, so a huge chunk of money has left cryptocurrency. You can see almost $40 billion in the volume in the past day, more money moving into Bitcoin, or more is coming out of altcoins. But a lot has happened, and I'm going to get into why exactly that has happened. So we look on the coin market cap right now, and you'll literally just see a sea of red. Very, very interesting to see all of this negative downtrend. Bitcoin down 9%, Ripple down 15%, Ethereum down 12.75%, Ripple almost down 16%, Litecoin down 11.7%. I did want to jump into an article right now, though, that says on Forbes, after NASDAQ CEO blesses cryptocurrency, investors see bigger future for Bitcoin and others. So interesting enough, I'm just going to skim through this with you guys. It says, forget the fact that Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies all fell on Wednesday, today. This is a legit market, says the CEO of NASDAQ. That's some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, telling CNBC. Bitcoin and other coins are more than a new reality. It's a new market trend. There are new currencies and methods of payment. As a result, many traditional investors have concluded that they need to be in crypto, which tells us that NASDAQ needs to open cryptocurrency into their trading platform. She said, I believe the digital currencies will continue to persist. It's just a matter of how long it will take before that space to mature, says Friedman on the CNBC today, or CBNC. I think they spelled that wrong. I don't know. NASDAQ is already supporting crypto exchanges, which is interesting too. Over the few months, they partnered with San Diego-based ETF firm Reality Shares to launch 2 blockchain-related funds. If you were to rank interest in cryptocurrency on a scale of 0 to 10, Friedman would be a 6. So she would help get the SEC comfortable with cryptocurrency trading. She would not passively wait for them to get on board. They wanted her opinion, and she would give it a thumbs up. So that's pretty awesome, guys, to see that now the bigger investors are going in. Be interesting because it is decentralized and there might be a lot of on and off trading, you know, some insider trading, which could hurt the market. But we'll see. With that happening, a lot of new money should be coming into cryptocurrency. Now, that's going to cover up that article. We are going to look at Litecoin on 2 different charts today. But before I wanted to talk about that, has any of you guys invested in Coinbase recently? I was watching a few videos and got some other opinions that made me think. You guys know how centralized banks work. You put your money into a centralized bank and they hold on to it and grant you that they are going to hold on to it and that they have the safety that you will get that money when you want to take it out. But when you give them that money, yes, the number shows up in your bank account, but they are allowed to use that money for whatever they want, investing, trading, whatever. They'll take it out of your account and give it to someone else, but grant you that money when you want it back, because they have enough. They have the Federal Reserve. I watched a video that Coinbase does something similar, which is interesting, that the Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the prices are being suppressed due to the volume that they're doing. They're kind of doing the same thing. So instead of, let's say you buy coins on Coinbase, instead of them giving you money for the coins from the open market, they're actually just transferring the coins from someone else's wallet to your wallet. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they go in it back and forth. They're not actually taking it out of the open market, which is interesting to me. And I think that's a very weird, controversial topic. It's not allowing the volume to move up in cryptocurrency. And I did see something like that on Bitcoin Ben. I don't know if you guys are familiar or watched that. I thought that was very interesting. So looking at Litecoin's graph now on the 4-hour chart, you'll notice what has happened here. So we have this uptrending line right here. You can see this trend line, and you can see how we've used this numerous times as support for Litecoin, and today we did manage to break through it, and we broke through our 146 resistance, or sorry, our 152 support, bringing us down to a resistance level. Now, like I said in yesterday's video, we needed support. You know, we needed to retrace ever so slightly to regain that support. We needed to come back down. As you can see on the 4-hour, we were extremely overbought, and we needed that pullback. And if you guys notice right now, which is good that I like to see, is we're very slightly below this level right here. And if you notice on that level, we're around 60 on the RSI. You'll notice we're literally maybe $2 down from that price right there, and we're now, I want to say, 39 on the RSI. So this slight pullback, even though this is a detrimental and a huge pullback, we've lowered ourselves on the RSI, and we're very close to that level right here, but we're lower, which is good. And I expected to see a pullback because of how crazy high we were going and spreading away from this 4-hour high-low middle moving average. So it was interesting to see us fall. And when I saw us fall, I did anticipate two things. I expected us to come back to this line here and retest this. And whether or not that was strong enough to hold, I figured we would come back down to the high-low middle moving average and retest that for support. And that's clearly what we did. Hopefully we can maintain that and stay there before we go up. This is the Coinbase Litecoin to US dollars. So we're looking at that right now. Now when we go to the daily right now, you'll notice where we also had resistance. So on the daily, what I told you is we have huge resistance in between this channel of the high-low middle moving average. So I was anticipating a pullback of the sort because this is a very, 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 how can you say, not detrimental, but a heavy resistance area. Like there's a lot of downwards pressure being forced on the market in this area in between this channel. So I was anticipating us to pull down farther. It would have been nice to see us break above the red band, but I wasn't, you know, all on board for that to happen. And that's pretty much what happened. We couldn't break through that red band. Now, some people might say we didn't retest the red band on the daily on Coinbase, but I want to show you now. With Coinbase having lower volume like we talked about earlier, if we show you Litecoin USD to the Binance chart, so Litecoin to USD on Binance, okay, that should be okay. Look at this now. So this is the daily crypto chart on Binance. So we're not looking at this on Coinbase, this is the Binance one. And I drew these, I guess you could call it symmetrical triangle, pennant flag, whatever, bull flag, whatever it is. You can clearly see this formation. And now you'll notice that this is higher. And like I say, you can connect the wicks or you can connect the actual candle. So either or, I'd say is fine. You can see there's two here. I chose to do the bigger one just because it's kind of more reassuring. So I left that here. Now, one thing we can draw is the Elliott Wave. So you click on this one right here, Elliott Wave triangle. And how you draw it is you start at the breakout with a 0, bring it up to an A. Obviously, this is a B. This would be a C area, right around, kind of in this area right here. We have D, and then we have the breakout on E. So this is pretty much a clear-cut pennant flag breakout. And you'll notice what happened here is if I zoom in on the daily right now, even closer to this pullback, you'll notice what is happening. So you'll see on the RSI, sorry, not on the RSI, I'll pull that up. Yeah, so this is a double top. That's one thing to pay attention to. This is a double top. We have one here and one here, which is an indication of a downtrend. That's one. The second thing is now you can clearly see that we are testing the resistance of the upwards red band. So you'll see we had resistance here on the green band and we managed to break through that, but then you'll see we couldn't break through the red. And I figured that would be an issue when we got in between this channel. There isn't enough volume yet to push us above here. And this downwards pressure wasn't just Litecoin. This was all the blue chip cryptocurrencies that we can look at in a minute. So I was anticipating a pullback of this sort once we couldn't break through here. So on the daily, this isn't a big pullback. So don't be too alarmed, because you look at this like this and you'll see, oh wow, we went up crazy high. Okay, we hit the high-low middle moving average, slight pullback, but we're most likely going to come right back up and retest that and hopefully break through. But what's awesome to see now, guys, is the fact that, did not mean to do that, sorry, is the fact that this huge downtrend that started all the way back on December 14th of 2017, we broke above. That's crucial. This is a huge resistance at the time, but is now acting as support. So, if at any point we decide to go down farther, we're going to end up bouncing off this more indefinitely that I'm pretty certain we are. We're going to bounce off that, head up higher, and then hopefully break through here. You can even see that on Binance, Litecoin went as high as $173, which on Coinbase it didn't. So that's interesting to notice too. But you can see the resistance here. So a slight pullback, it's okay. There's nothing to worry about. You can see now on the 4-hour what it's doing, which is another crucial thing. So we look at the 4-hour right now. You can clearly see this slight uptrend right here. Just like that. Clearly see that uptrend. And you can see we broke down. But guess what, guys? Look where we're headed. We're headed right to this high-low middle moving average, and you can see the price is shooting off here. It doesn't want to be down here. So we're looking for a reversal candle. Now, what's interesting is we're looking at the TD sequential, and you'll notice we have a 7-candle downtrend. We're looking for it to end on a 9, usually. So this could go all the way to 9 before it reverses and goes higher. As you can see right now, what we're forming is a cross, which is usually an indication that we're going to see that reversal. Hopefully, the bulls are pushing up harder than the bears are. You can see that's why we're higher up here. And hopefully that'll indicate a movement up. So we could potentially just swing like this. We could just swing up. That's very, very, very possible. I don't think we're going to go farther. We shouldn't. But this seems to be holding strong, so I'm pretty comfortable that we are. You can see we've tested it before and we popped up off of it, so I think we're going to test it again and then break up higher and hopefully go up higher. And the height that I think we're going to go is back up to that high-low middle moving average and retest that. I think we're going to go back up and test that right here, right around 171. So I'm just going to pull up the Coinbase one now and leave it on there, because this is the one that I like using only because I use Coinbase. But we're going to look at Bitcoin right now. This is also Bitcoin on Coinbase. We're looking at the 4-hour right now. I'll change this to the daily and you can see what has happened. So Bitcoin managed to actually break through resistance. We managed to break through both the red and green band on the high-low middle moving average, clearly being overbought at this green candle right here, but slightly pulling back to become more level on the RSI. Again, this is, even though we broke above it, we didn't close above it. Actually, we might have. I lied. We did close above it, I believe. So what I'm trying to say is this is still a resistance area. This is still a resistance channel. So until we can see us bounce up and close just higher than it and above it, then I will be more bullish on the market. You notice we had a 5 candle, then we closed below, starting a 2. So we could see this go to a 1 to 4 candle reversal. That's what I'm seeing, or a 1 to 4 candle downtrend. So maybe 2 more before we can start to see it move up higher. Very possible. But I don't think this is the end. You can see we're still floating around right here. We're using this $8,600 support level. So hopefully we can stay true to that and then bounce up and break it again like we did last time. That's my take on it. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum seems to be good, guys. Ethereum didn't seem to be that much affected, like at all, which is pretty cool. They seem to be doing their own thing like they usually do. Pretty much not much has changed. I mean, you can see clearly what it's doing. I mean, like this is, I mean, do I really need to explain this? It's literally just continuing its trend line. And this pretty much is reassuring me now that this is definitely 100% its uptrend. You can just see how clearly it's following that. Obviously facing resistance here for multiple reasons. One, the fact that this is the high-low middle moving average. Two, because it's straying way too far away from the support level. And we may start to see a reversal soon. We may see this go up very soon and see the rest of the market go up too. Starting probably tomorrow. Honestly, we can start to see some higher highs. Whether we get above 700, I don't know. But we're pretty much on this trend line, and I don't think we're going to break it. Hopefully we don't. It's possible, but I don't think we are. So we're probably just going to start the new candle and trade above. So pay attention to that. Now looking at, I believe this is Substratum. Yup. Let's check out this interesting chart. Again, seems to be a new crypto to the market, which is okay. Well, that's clearly one right there. I guess this would be one too. Resistance there. Just drawing in some resistance lines that we can kind of map out. You can see these points where these flips are usually signs of resistance and support, or levels of resistance and support. So clearly on an uptrend right here. Interesting chart. Or a slight uptrend in that case. Just bringing us up to that level right there. Clearly this is going to be acting as its major line of support right, or resistance right here. Right at that level, I'd say. So what I can see Substratum doing is, what it's trying to do is come back down to that high-low middle moving average, and that's where I think it's headed. I think we need to come back down. We were overbought right at this level on the daily, so I do think we need to come back down and get some consolidation and support right at this level here, right where the high-low middle moving average is. So I'm anticipating it to come back down to this level right here, which you can see is support. For sure, you have this pop, and then you have this reversal, and then you have the resistance here before it went up. So it's definitely possible that it's going to come back down, retest here, and bounce up off of it and continue higher. But its key resistance level right now is going to be this zone. So pay attention to that when you're investing in this cryptocurrency if you wanted to swing trade. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.